Did you know that Mars has not one moon, but two moons? That's right, Phobos and Deimos. You don't hear about them much, but they're some of the strangest moons in the whole solar system. First off, these moons are tiny. If our moon was a basketball, Phobos and Deimos would be like grains of sand. Phobos, the largest one, is 22 kilometers wide, while Deimos, the smaller, is only 12 kilometers wide. These are the smallest moons in the entire solar system. Most likely, they are asteroids which were captured by Mars' gravity at some point. Phobos, the larger of the pair, is covered by deep grooves and massive craters. This gigantic crater is called Stickney Crater, and it is so big that whatever hit Phobos to create this crater must have almost shattered the tiny moon. In the entire solar system, no moon orbits its host planet as closely as Phobos does to Mars. It whips around Mars 3 times a day, compared to our own moon, which orbits just once every month. And the thing about Phobos is it is gradually getting closer to Mars, and one day, it's going to impact the planet itself, or be ripped apart by tidal forces and become a new ring around Mars. Deimos is even smaller than Phobos, and it looks kind of like a potato. It's less cratered and is much further away from Mars. Fun fact, one of its craters is actually named Swift, after the global icon adored by Swifties everywhere. Jonathan Swift, the Irish writer from the 18th century, of course. Probably the strangest thing about Deimos is that its gravity is so weak that its escape velocity, the amount of speed you would need in order to leave Deimos and go into outer space, it's only about 20 kilometers an hour. So in theory, an astronaut with a powerful enough vertical jump would actually float away from the moon and into outer space. But what if you were an astronaut on the surface of Mars? Would you be able to see Phobos and Deimos in the sky? Well, they would be small, but you could see them both actually. This is what Phobos, the larger one, actually looks like from the Curiosity rover. Because Phobos and Deimos are so small, they can't create total solar eclipses like our moon does here on Earth. Instead, they create these partial mini eclipses. And NASA's Perseverance rover has actually captured video footage of an eclipse from both of these moons. And you can see just how tiny these moons are when they pass between the Sun and Mars. If you were an astronaut on Mars during an eclipse, you probably wouldn't even notice an eclipse is happening unless someone had told you. Phobos and Deimos are very strange moons, way different than our own. And they remind us that moons come in all shapes, sizes, and histories.
Let's use some contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3.